The conversation this week, I also have to say that it's been a good conversation so far. The quality of the discussions have been very top-notch. But one thing that is very important is that we're moving towards COP27. And some of the discussions that we're having within this week in Gabon, whether it's on adaptation finance, whether it's on just energy transition, or whether it's on loss and damage, or whether it's about implementing this nationally determined contributions. These are very key issues that are going to be discussed and probably decided on at COP27. So this is a very good meeting for Africa. And the reason why we have seen a large participation is because these issues are very crucial. When you hear COP27, it means we have tried 26 times, and we're trying 8 again. And now there's a sense of purpose, there's a sense of solution. They want to see that things happen on the ground. So I really do want to commend the quality of the conversation over the last few days, and I'm sure for the rest of the week we will continue to see that. Now, we've just finished a conversation around youth and their engagement, and I think it's important to recognize that climate change has an intergenerational dimension to it, because some of the problems we are facing today, they were not caused today. They were caused by another generation. And the same way that some of the solutions that we are going to need to put in place today, they may have to be enjoyed, or they may have to be beneficial to the future generation. So if a man plants a tree, he may not live to enjoy the shade of the tree, but that tree will remain for multiple people, multiple generations. And that's also why this climate change conversation is very important for youth, because those actions must be able to speak to their sustainable future. And it's very important to involve them in the design and in the engagement, in the decision making and in the implementation. So there's a whole range of engagement that is very important. And we're beginning to see progress. So I want to end by saying this. We may not be where we ought to be, but we're definitely not where we used to be. We have made progress, and that progress needs to be scaled, and it needs to be very fast. The African Development Bank is a partner, a leader on climate actions in Africa. The bank is financing a number of initiatives across the continent. One of them is the African Adaptation Accelerator Program, and that is very much looking into scaling up adaptation program across the continent with $25 billion worth of investment by 2025. And within this program, there is a major pillar for youth engagement. But beyond that, even NDC implementation in every African country, the bank is very much working with other partners to support the implementation of NDCs in this country. Lastly, it's also important to mention that the bank is using its convening power, recognizing that you cannot do it alone. The bank uses its resources and convening power to bring relevant actors around the table, and that we can decide on which direction we're taking, what we need to do in the short term, in the medium term, and in the long term. And that level of leadership is very needed in Africa, and the bank continues to play that role.